Good evening, ladies from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us in the end. Honorable Nalasipi, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Bangladesh. I am from Bangladesh. In Nalasipi, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP Social and Arts International Educational and Training Institute. In last 2 years, we already served 35 million plus Nalasipi from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and global activity. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. Institute of Global Profession is an education institute that provides social growth at the serves student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that is not effective training is one skill is better in formal education. So it provides effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student job seeker job holder and also for learners the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free awareness, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like return full website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for data and general knowledge which can update all day. Peace learning game, website free course, conversations, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement support training and offline global junior professionals to develop awareness and promote the education of their abilities and personal speed knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand this generation and research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner represent more diversity, growth, and innovation and regard to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. The RG member are committed to offering effective best quality service and confident improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and hello. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with the continuous support. We already completed 2,383 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with the continuous support. We already completed 2,383 webinars successfully. They are IGP speaker, participant, and will teacher. At this moment, it's a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we will surprise for everyone. Hope you will benefit. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account on login, you cannot enjoy our service. If you create an account to us, it will information. Note that you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We request criteria to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the system we will not provide any personal certification. You have to take part in one exam to that if you pass. You will receive this certificate otherwise now. But you can take part in an exam immediately you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, disqualification certificate. If you're a host of IGP, you can download the certificate. If you're not a left quiz competition winner, you can download the certificate of participation. If you're selected for lifetime membership, then you can download the certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in comments up with IGP, you can download it also. You can still prepare and download 18 certificate from our website within minutes. Certificate Global Professional Membership, Certificate Global Information in the Pandemic, Certificate to Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021 and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching your foreign language and assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, the New Training Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Artificial Authentication and Medical Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Training Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art teaching a special program in the certificate of IGP campus services, which you can prepare now within a minute. From now, you can participate in 1000% international level with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, help tips for parents, and tips for this. Education tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our previous new services website for free and many more. The IGP work usually progress previously with lack of technical problem in late setting on time. This is opportunity collected previous condition. We solve our issue from our website. Now you can enroll is a password everything. You check it for all of it. It's a totally free to check our backend pages on our website. Share like and will benefit you. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, you will get 2,384 backend, which is discovering one's potential as a teacher. And today, our speaker ma'am name is Leah Maya Paleon Bartolome. She is from Philippines. Before I hand over the stage to speaker ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her teacher, Tapas National High School, Tapes, CAPES, local physical therapist, board examination. Now, very important moment for me to invite her to speak into IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite her to speak into IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much for that wonderful
Ma'am, proceed.
introduction.
Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, the
Okay.
stage is yours. We'll get started with presentation now.
Thank you so much for that. Now, I want to greet everyone who's watching a beautiful and wonderful evening to all of you. I want to start by expressing my gratitude for your presence here today. My name is Leia May Fancubila Farillan Bartolome, and I am thrilled to share with you some insights on discovering one's potential as a teacher. Teaching is not my first calling. If you'll notice on my name, there are a lot of degrees written there because I have 3 degrees, and teaching is actually just the second one. So this evening, as I share with you the ways or the things that we can discover our potential to become a teacher, I'm also reinventing the things that I have had discovered about myself by becoming a teacher for more than 8 years now. So teaching for me is not just a profession. It's a journey that involves continuous learning, growth, and self-discovery. Tonight, we'll explore how embracing our potential can lead to a truly rewarding career in education. We'll discuss the qualities and responsibilities that define good teachers, the challenges they face, and how these elements combine to make teaching a unique and fulfilling career path. In today's session, we will cover 5 key points. First, we'll define what makes a good teacher by exploring the traits and behaviors that are crucial in this profession. Next, we'll discuss the journey of self-discovery, a process where teachers understand their strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. We'll then divide into the qualities of a good teacher, the attributes that distinguish exceptional educators. Following that, we'll talk about the core responsibilities of a teacher from lesson planning to student engagement. Finally, we'll address the challenges teachers often encounter, providing insights into how to overcome these hurdles and thrive in the profession. By the end of this webinar, you will have a clear understanding of several key concepts. We'll define what a teacher is, moving beyond the basic definition to a deeper understanding of the role. We'll identify the qualities that make a good teacher, traits that are essential for effective teaching. We'll enumerate the responsibilities that come with being a good teacher, highlighting the tasks and duties that ensure student success. And finally, we'll discuss the common challenges faced by teachers and strategies to address them. These objectives are designed to provide a comprehensive view of what it means to discover and maximize your potential as a teacher. Now, let us come to know what a teacher is. A teacher is much more than a person who imparts knowledge. At the core, a teacher is someone who gives instruction, offers guidance, and directs students towards personal and academic growth. The role encompasses being an educator, a mentor, and often a role model. Teachers are tasked with shaping the minds of future generations, not just through delivering content, but by inspiring, challenging, and supporting their students. This multifaceted role demands not just a deep understanding of pedagogy, psychology, and the unique needs of each student. Ultimately, a teacher is someone who is committed to fostering an environment where learning can thrive and where students are encouraged to explore, question, and grow. But for you to become an effective teacher, there is this quote that I once read that you only teach what you are. So the journey of becoming an effective teacher is deeply intertwined with the process of self-discovery. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses is crucial in this profession, as it allows you to leverage your strengths and works on areas that need improvement. Reflecting on both personal and professional experiences helps you understand how your background shapes your teaching style. The introspection can be guided by frameworks like the Johari window model that you can see in the screen right now, which encourages you to explore both known and unknown aspects of yourself. By identifying areas for growth, you can set personal and professional goals that will enhance your effectiveness as a teacher. Self-discovery is an ongoing process, one that not only enriches your teaching practice but also contributes to your overall personal development. At this point, I'd like to share a short video that emphasizes the importance of knowing oneself. This video will highlight how self-awareness is crucial in the teaching profession. As we watch, think about how understanding your own identity, values, and experiences can influence the way you teach and interact with your students. The insights from this video will set a foundation for our discussion on the qualities that make a good teacher and how self-discovery plays a role in that. Remember, you only teach what you are.
Throughout the history of mankind, three little words have sent poets to the blank page, philosophers to the agora, and seekers to the oracles. Who am I? From the ancient Greek aphorism inscribed on the Temple of Apollo, know thyself, to the Who's Rock anthem, Who Are You? Philosophers, psychologists, academics, scientists, artists, theologians, and politicians have all tackled the subject of identity. Their hypotheses are widely varied and lack significant consensus. These are smart, creative people. So what's so hard about coming up with the right answer? One challenge certainly lies with the complex concept of the persistence of identity. Which you is who? The person you are today, 5 years ago, who you'll be in 50 years? And when is am? This week? Today? This hour? This second? And which aspect of you is I? Are you your physical body, your thoughts and feelings, your actions? These murky waters of abstract logic are tricky to navigate, and so it's probably fitting that to demonstrate the complexity, the Greek historian Plutarch used the story of a ship. How are you I? As the tale goes, Theseus, the mythical founder king of Athens, single-handedly slayed the evil Minotaur at Crete, then returned home on a ship. To honor this heroic feat, for 1,000 years Athenians painstakingly maintained his ship in the harbor and annually reenacted his voyage. Whenever a part of the ship was worn or damaged, it was replaced with an identical piece of the same material, until at some point no original parts remained. Plutarch noted the ship of Theseus was an example of the philosophical paradox revolving around the persistence of identity. How can every single part of something be replaced, yet it still remains the same thing? Let's imagine there are two ships. The ship that Theseus docked in Athens, Ship A, and the ship sailed by the Athenians 1,000 years later, Ship B. Very simply, our question is this: does A equal B? Some would say that for 1,000 years there has been only one ship of Theseus, and because the changes made to it happened gradually, it never at any point in time stopped being the legendary ship. Though they have absolutely no parts in common, the two ships are numerically identical, meaning one and the same. So A equals B. However, others could argue that Theseus never set foot on ship B, and his presence on the ship is an essential qualitative property of the ship of Theseus. It cannot survive without him. So, though the two ships are numerically identical, they are not qualitatively identical. Thus, A does not equal B. But what happens when we consider this twist? What if, as each piece of the original ship was cast off, somebody collected them all and rebuilt the entire original ship? When it was finished, undeniably, two physical ships would exist, the one that's docked in Athens and the one in some guy's backyard. Each could lay claim to the title, the Ship of Theseus, but only one could actually be the real thing. So which one is it? And more importantly, what does this have to do with you? Like the Ship of Theseus, you are a collection of constantly changing parts. Your physical body, mind, emotions, circumstances, and even your quirks, always changing, but still, in an amazing and sometimes illogical way, you stay the same too. This is one of the reasons that the question, who am I, is so complex. And in order to answer it, like so many great minds before you, you must be willing to dive into the bottomless ocean of philosophical paradox. Or maybe you could just answer, I am a legendary hero sailing a powerful ship on an epic journey. That could work too.
So now, let's delve in and dive into the epic journey of knowing ourselves and becoming a good teacher, or someone who is a professional in whatever fields of endeavor you are in. So, to continue with our topic tonight, let's delve in into the specific qualities that define a good teacher. These qualities go beyond academic knowledge. They encompass the attitudes, behaviors, and skills that make teaching both effective and inspiring. A good teacher possesses a passion for teaching, strong communication skills, adaptability, empathy, and a commitment to self reflection. These traits not only help in delivering content, but also in building strong, supportive relationships with students. Moreover, good teachers are lifelong learners who continuously seek professional development opportunities, and above all, they have the ability to inspire the next generation, leaving a lasting impact on their students' lives. So those are the seven qualities that makes a good teacher. First, they must have a passion for teaching. They have a genuine enthusiasm for sharing knowledge and helping students grow. They must have strong communication skills that are essential for conveying concepts clearly and building relationships with students. They must be adaptable and flexible to allow teachers to respond to the changing needs of their students and the evolving educational landscape. They must have empathy and understanding that will help in creating an inclusive environment where all students feel valued. They must self reflect to enable them to learn from their experiences and continuously improve. By accessing professional development opportunities, teachers stay current and enhance their skills. Most importantly, a good teacher inspires students, or even the people around him or her, motivating them to reach their full potential and leaving a lasting legacy in education. For the first quality of a good teacher, he or she must have a passion for teaching. It says that passion is a driving force behind effective teaching. It's the reason teachers wake up every day excited to connect with their students and share their knowledge. When you're passionate about what you're teaching, it shows in the way you engage with your students, the energy you bring to the classroom, and the enthusiasm you have for your subject matter. Passionate teachers find fulfillment in watching their students learn and grow, and this joy is contagious. It motivates students to engage deeply with the material. Cultivating this passion is key to sustaining a long and rewarding career in education, where the love for teaching continues to flourish. Next, teachers must be an effective communicator. Effective communication is at the heart of successful teaching. It's not just delivering content, but ensuring that students understand and can engage with that content. Clear and concise communication helps in breaking down complex concepts into manageable parts, making learning accessible for all students. But communication is a two-way street. Active listening is equally important. By truly listening to students, teachers can better understand their needs, address their concerns, and provide meaningful feedback. Building strong relationships with students through effective communication fosters a positive learning environment where students feel comfortable expressing themselves and taking risks in their learning. Third, quality. They must be adaptable and flexible. In today's fast-paced educational environment, adaptability and flexibility are essential qualities for teachers. Education is constantly evolving with new technologies, teaching methods, and diverse student needs emerging all the time. Good teachers are those who embrace change and are willing to adjust their teaching methods to better serve their students. This might mean incorporating new technologies into the classroom, differentiating instruction to meet diverse learning needs, or simply being open to feedback and willing to try new approaches. Staying current with educational trends ensures that teachers can provide the best possible education to their students, preparing them for an ever changing world. Fourth, quality. Teachers must have empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, and it's a crucial trait for teachers. By putting themselves in their students' shoes, teachers can better understand the challenges their students face and provide the support they need. Empathy allows teachers to create an inclusive classroom environment where all students feel valued and understood, regardless of their background or abilities. This understanding fosters a sense of belonging and encourages students to engage more fully in their learning. Developing a positive rapport with students based on empathy and understanding helps build trust, which is essential for effective teaching and learning. Fifth, teachers self-reflect. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. For teachers, continuous self-reflection is essential in evaluating their effectiveness in the classroom. By regularly reflecting on their teaching practices, successes, and challenges, teachers can identify areas for improvement and set goals for their development. This process of reflection allows teachers to learn from their experiences, make informed decisions about their teaching strategies, and adapt to the needs of their students. It's an ongoing journey that not only enhances teaching practices but also contributes to a teacher's overall sense of fulfillment and purpose in their career. Sixth, or the second to the last, quality, they must have access to professional development opportunities. Professional development is key to staying current and improving your teaching practice. Participating in workshops, conferences, and other training opportunities helps teachers keep up with the latest educational trends, technologies, and teaching methods. Pursuing advanced degrees or certifications can further enhance your expertise and open up new career opportunities. Additionally, collaborating with colleagues and mentors provide valuable insights and support, fostering a community of continuous learning. By actively seeking out professional development opportunities, teachers can ensure they are equipped with the knowledge and skills needed to provide the best possible education to their students. Lastly, they inspire the next generation. One of the most rewarding aspects of teaching is the opportunity to inspire the next generation. Great teachers don't just teach, they ignite a passion for learning in their students. They motivate students to explore new ideas, challenge themselves, and reach their full potential. By sharing their enthusiasm for their subject matter and demonstrating a commitment to lifelong learning, teachers can leave a lasting impact on their students. This inspiration can shape the course of students' lives, influencing their career choices, personal development, and overall worldview. In this way, teachers play a crucial role in shaping the future. Now, let us talk about the responsibilities of a good teacher. I created 7 responsibilities, and these are: first, they must make good lesson plans. They must manage the class effectively. They must evaluate students appropriately. They must encourage student engagement. They must actively upskill oneself and work with colleagues harmoniously. And lastly, they must be adaptable. For the first responsibility, making good lesson plans. One of the primary responsibilities of a teacher is to create well-structured lesson plans. Effective lesson planning involves setting clear objectives, designing engaging activities, and aligning the content with curriculum standards. A good lesson plan ensures that the material is presented in a way that is accessible and meaningful to all students, taking into account their diverse learning needs. By incorporating a variety of teaching methods and materials, teachers can cater to different learning styles and keep students engaged. Thoughtful planning also allows teachers to anticipate potential challenges and prepare strategies to address them, ensuring a smooth and effective learning experience. Second, they are managing class effectively. Classroom management is essential for creating a positive learning environment. Effective classroom management involves establishing clear expectations and routines, promoting respect and self-discipline, addressing behavioral issues promptly and fairly, and a well-managed classroom allows students to feel safe and supported, which is crucial for effective learning. Teachers must also be adept at managing time, ensuring that lessons are delivered efficiently and that students remain focused. By fostering a positive classroom culture, teachers can minimize disruptions and maximize instructional time, allowing students to fully engage with the material and each other. Third, teachers are evaluating students appropriately. Assessment is a key component of the teaching and learning process. Evaluating students appropriately involves using a variety of assessment tools, such as tests, assignments, and observations, but they must be suited properly to the student's abilities, because in doing so, we can measure the student's progress and understanding more appropriately. Constructive feedback is crucial in guiding students' improvement and helping them recognize their strengths and areas for growth. It is important for teachers to be fair and objective in their assessments, ensuring that they accurately reflect each student's abilities and efforts. Additionally, teachers should use assessment results to inform their teaching strategies, adjusting their approach to meet the needs of their students and ensure that everyone is on the path to success. Fourth, they are encouraging student engagement. Active student engagement is critical for deep learning. Teachers play a pivotal role in fostering an environment where students feel motivated to participate and explore new ideas. This can be achieved by using interactive teaching methods such as group work, discussion, and hands-on activities that cater to different learning styles, and building strong relationships with students, which is also a key to encouraging engagement, because when students feel respected and supported, they are more likely to take an active role in their learning. By creating a dynamic and inclusive classroom atmosphere, teachers can inspire curiosity and enthusiasm, driving students to achieve their best. Fifth, they must be actively upskilling oneself. In the ever-evolving field of education, continuous professional development is essential, just like attending webinars such as this one, and luckily, through the Institute of Global Professionals, we are accessing continuous professional development for free. So teachers must commit to upskilling themselves to stay abreast of new teaching methods, educational technologies, and subject matter knowledge. This might involve attending workshops, pursuing advanced degrees, or engaging in peer learning with colleagues. Reflecting on one's own teaching practices is also an important part of upskilling. By identifying areas for improvement and seeking out relevant trainings, teachers can enhance their effectiveness in the classroom. Continuous learning not only benefits teachers professionally, but also positively impacts their students who benefit from innovative and informed instruction. Sixth, or second to the last, working with colleagues harmoniously. This is one of the underrated things that a teacher does not do because they forget that for you to have a healthy and a balanced work and life situation, you must work harmoniously with the people that are with you in your field of endeavors. So working with colleagues harmoniously is not just a privilege, but it is a responsibility that must be cultivated by each teachers or by each professionals. Because collaboration is key to a thriving environment. Teachers or professionals alike must work closely with their colleagues to share resources, ideas, and strategies that can improve student outcomes. Engaging in professional learning communities, participating in school-wide initiatives, and working together on interdisciplinary projects are all ways to foster a collaborative spirit. Additionally, effective communication and mutual respect are essential for maintaining positive relationships with colleagues or co-workers. By working harmoniously with others, the professional can create a supportive network that enhances both their teaching practice and the overall culture of their work environment. Last, the responsibility of a teacher is that they must be adaptable. Adaptability is a vital skill for teachers, especially in a rapidly changing educational landscape. Teachers must be flexible in their teaching methods to accommodate the diverse needs of their students, whether that means adjusting lesson plans on the fly, incorporating new technologies, or responding to unexpected challenges. Being adaptable also involves staying open to new ideas and approaches, as well as being willing to modify one's practices to better serve students. This flexibility not only helps teachers navigate the complexities of the classroom, but also models resilience and problem solving for students, preparing them to face challenges in their own lives. Just like what we can see in the picture, we cannot control our students. Sometimes they may create wars, they may create chaos in the classroom, so being adaptable is necessary. Now, let's move on to the seven challenges that a teacher faces in teaching or in delivering his or her lessons. So, I have developed the seven or devised these seven challenges. These challenges are student diversity, workload and time management, behavioral issues, parental involvement, the too much presence of parents or the lack thereof, emotional and mental well-being, resource limitations, and curriculum changes and standardization. Teaching is a rewarding profession, but it comes with its own set of challenges, and that we must be able to recognize and prepare for these challenges, because in doing so, teachers can develop the resilience and skills needed to overcome them, ensuring that we can continue to provide high quality education and support to our students. So first, let's talk about the student diversity. One of the most significant challenges teachers face is managing student diversity. Classrooms today are more diverse than ever, with students from various cultural, socioeconomic, and academic backgrounds. This diversity enriches the learning environment, but also requires teachers to be adept at addressing different learning styles and needs. Inclusivity and equity are crucial, as every student deserves an education that recognizes and values their unique identity and experiences. That is why teachers must use differentiated instruction, culturally responsive teaching practices, and a deep understanding of each student's backgrounds to create a classroom where all students can thrive, survive, and be successful. Next is the workload and time management. Teachers often juggle a heavy workload, balancing instructional duties with administrative tasks, extracurricular activities, and professional development. Time management is critical to handle the demands of lesson planning, grading, and meeting with students and parents. The challenge is compounded by the need to manage a large number of students, each with their own set of needs and requirements. As here in the Philippines, usually our classroom ranges from 30 students to 44 students, or sometimes we even have 50 students in one class. So finding time for self-care and personal well-being amid these responsibilities is proving to be a challenge. However, they are necessary to avoid burnout. Effective time management strategies such as prioritizing tasks, delegating when possible, and setting realistic goals can help teachers manage their workload more effectively. Third challenge is the behavioral issues of the students or sometimes of parents in the classroom or in the environment. Behavioral issues in the classroom can significantly impact the learning environment. Disruptive behavior can derail lessons, distract other students, and create a challenging atmosphere for both teaching and learning. Teachers must be equipped with effective discipline strategies that are fair, consistent, and supportive. It's important to address the root causes of behavioral issues, which often stem from underlying emotional, social, or academic challenges. By fostering a positive classroom culture, setting clear expectations, and building strong relationships with students, teachers can minimize disruptive behavior and create a conducive environment for learning, such as what you can see in the picture that sometimes there are students who are actively participating in class. They would answer the questions on the board, but there are students such as this woman who is holding her cell phone and playing with whatever things there are in that cell phone. So you see the behavioral challenges or issues of the students. You are tested of how to deal with them, and thus you are to develop effective strategies to deal with them. You are to know your students and to adjust your teaching that would encourage active participation and no disruptive behavior inside the classroom. Fourth challenge is the parental involvement. Parental involvement is a critical factor in student success, but it can also be a challenge for teachers. I even laughed when I said parental involvement a while ago because this is also one of the challenges that I have been facing, especially when the parents would intervene with how you deliver the lessons inside your classroom. Even though you are challenging your students and your learners, the parents would intervene and would tell that you are being hard on the students, so you cannot really properly impose discipline. You cannot properly impose what you want to develop in your students. That is why this is one of the biggest challenges that I am facing, or I can say that teachers are facing in this landscape of education. So engaging with parents who may be indifferent, overly involved, or critical requires effective communication and diplomacy. Teachers must find the right balance between welcoming parental input and maintaining professional boundaries. Clear, consistent communication about a child's progress and needs can help build trust and collaboration with parents. By establishing strong partnership with parents, teachers can create a supportive network that enhances student learning and well-being. Fifth, fifth challenge, we have the emotional and mental well-being of the teachers. The emotional and mental well-being of teachers is paramount, yet it is often overlooked. The demands of teaching, including high expectations, tight deadlines, and the emotional labor of supporting students, can lead to stress and burnout. Teachers, therefore, must prioritize their well being by seeking support when needed, practicing self care, and maintaining a healthy work life balance. Schools can also play a role by providing resources and creating a supportive work environment that acknowledges the emotional challenges of teaching. By taking care of their well being, teachers can sustain their passion and effectiveness in the classroom. Even today, just actually just an hour ago, I had a client who went to me. He is also a teacher, and because of almost feeling a burnout in in the demands of his school, he asked me to have a therapy. He asked a therapy session to have a therapy session with me, and there he related how he is being overworked and overstressed in their school, and he needs a break time. He needs to set a boundary for himself to be not overworked and to be not burned out. That is why it is very important for teachers to know their limits, to know their boundaries, that sometimes even though there are a ton of work that we must do, we must also set a time for our family, for ourselves, or me time for relaxation, and also for an alone time with our God, or with our Creator whom we worship. So that in doing so, we can avoid being stressed, overstressed, and we can avoid being burned out, and we can promote proper emotional and mental well-being. Students will always be, we shouldn't be at the beck and call of our students, but we should set boundaries that whenever this time already passed, we should not be entertaining them. Instead, we will be focusing on our families. But the current scenario here is that even though it's nighttime, students would often chat us, or would often call us to do some things that are related about school, even though it's already at a home time here in the Philippines. But well, that's part of the teaching career. However, again, we must set proper boundaries so that we can maintain our well being and our proper health. Last, or second to the last, we have the resource limitations. This is often also overlooked because resource limitations is common challenge in many educational settings, whether it's a lack of access to up-to-date materials, technology, or funding. These constraints can hinder a teacher's ability to deliver high-quality instruction, just like lacking of. But thankfully, in my years of teaching experience, even though we have a lot of lack in our schools, our school principals and school heads would often try to help us by providing our needs in delivering better and high quality instruction to our students and to our learners. But in having this challenge of resource limitations, teachers must need to be creative in making the most of what we have, finding innovative ways to engage students and enrich the curriculum. We must create advocacies for better resources, and having support is also important, as it can lead to the improvements in the learning environment. Despite these challenges, dedicated teachers will find a way to overcome resource limitations and ensure that their students receive the best education possible. Even though it is a challenge, sometimes resource limitations can be an avenue for teachers to discover how creative, how innovative, and how resilient they are. That is why nobody can stop a teacher, or nobody can stop you from being too resourceful if you are a thinking human being. Last, the limitation or the challenge that the teachers are facing is this curriculum changes and standardization. Frequent changes in curriculum standards and the push for standardization can pose significant challenges for teachers. Why did I laugh again? Because currently in the Philippines right now, we are experiencing this curriculum change with having the new curriculum, the Matatag curriculum, in which there is only 45 minutes of class per subject, and then there is 10 subjects that we must cover for a day for our science, technology, and engineering class. So just imagine how many times you have to study or to prepare for your students, especially if you are just me, like me. I have to prepare 7 different sets of lessons for my student because I teach 7 different subjects to our in our school and to our students. So I have to study for 7 different lessons. And just imagine how much load that does to me. So adapting to these new requirements while maintaining the integrity of one's teaching approach requires flexibility and resilience. Yes, we must be resilient really. Standardized teaching and testing often pressures teachers to focus on test preparation, sometimes at the expense of creative and holistic teaching methods. Teachers must strike a balance between meeting these benchmarks and providing a rich and engaging educational experiences that encourage critical thinking and creativity. But by staying informed and adaptable, we can navigate these challenges and these changes while still delivering a meaningful and impactful education. So even though it's a challenge that is being created unnecessarily upon my shoulder, I can say that I am thriving. I am becoming more resilient as the day goes by. And even though it would warrant me to go down and to be burdened, I am rising up and even talking in front of you right now, engaging with ongoing professional development, because I believe that whatever things that are being thrown at us, if we make them into a lemonade, those lemons that are being thrown at us, if we make them into a lemonade, they will be making us better individuals or better teachers or better professionals in our chosen field of endeavors. Now, as we approach the end of our webinar, I'd like to share a final video that encapsulates the essence of why many of us choose to teach. I don't know if the 30 viewers right now who are watching with me are teachers or are academic professionals, but I believe that all of you have encountered or have communicated, have interacted with a teacher. At one point of your lives, you have been a student. Me, I have been a student and I am even a student right now. And I believe that the power of a teacher is limitless. That is why this video that I will show to you tonight will be highlighting the profound impact that teachers can have on the lives of their students, particularly when they go beyond the traditional roles of instruction and connect with students on a personal level. I believe that also in some point of your lives, you can still remember the teachers that you have that are your favorites because of the impact that they made in your life because they went down to your level. So if you are a professional teacher like me, I hope this video that we will show tonight to conclude our webinar would encourage you to be creative, to be innovative in your teaching strategies, and to develop more your skills in teaching. As you watch, consider how the qualities and responsibilities we've discussed tonight may contribute to this kind of transformative teaching. May this video serve as a reminder of the deep and lasting influence that a dedicated teacher can have on their students. So let's watch this and be inspired. Wait, sorry. Okay, here it is.
What's up? How you doing? All right, guys. To Kill a Mockingbird, Chapter 2. Open up your books. Hey, John. I really think you're going to enjoy this book. All right, John. What's going on? Just listen.
Kill a Mockingbird, Chapter 1.
Hello?
Hey, it's John. Sorry to call you something like this.
What's going on?
Can I ask a question about tonight's homework?
Of course.
The stories are defined as begin in the classroom. Each of us have encountered being a student. At some point of our lives, we were once a toddler. We were once a kid. We were once an elementary student who need the guidance of our teachers. As we reflect on tonight's webinar, may you have been enlightened of the possibilities that can guide and of what you can do to guide the younger generation if you become a teacher. Through your potential as a teacher, you can change the world, not just your own, but the world of the young ones who are learning after you. So thank you for all your time and attention today. I hope that this webinar has provided you with valuable insights into discovering and maximizing your potential as a teacher, as a professional, and as a global individual who have chosen their expertise in this world full of endeavors, in this world full of wonders. Thank you again, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I'm done. Miss Host, are you there? Miss Host, Miss Host. I'm so done. Miss Host, hello. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening tonight and for bearing with me as I discussed to you how we can empower the lives of our students or the life of the learners that we are encountering with on a daily basis, being a teacher of our, being a professional teacher or even a teacher in our community. Now, as we wait for our host, I'm just blubbering here. I'm trying to talk you out so that there will be no dead air. But really, I am so done. The topic is done. Miss Host. However, I believe that there is a question and answer portion, or that's what I have had encountered before when I was speaking here. We had a question and answer portion. If you have questions that you want me to answer, okay,
Thank you
yes,
so much
Miss
for your
Host.
rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker students. After the presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new which was our intention. Learn and grow together IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much ma'am for your presentation. Now it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, this is Ravi. After a short video, we will back in our session for two, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Okay, so you mean that we can ask any question?
Welcome back to our
Hello.
participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP
Okay.
knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. And our first question is from Noor Prem. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your expertise. So this is my question. How did you motivate your students to participate in your classroom activities?
Thank you so much, Nur Famad, for that wonderful question. Actually, there are so many ways for you to on how you can motivate your students to participate in whatever things that you are doing inside your classroom. Sometimes just telling them that this activity will be recorded or they will be graded is enough to empower them to participate because students are nowadays are so grade conscious that they want their grades to be higher. But there are also students or some, not just some, but actually many students that even though telling them that this activity will be graded, they don't care. So the question there is how to reach this not caring or students who don't care much about their grades. So for me, I motivate them by getting to know them, by going down to their level. Sometimes giving small incentives, just like buying them an ice cream, is one way to also encourage them or to jumpstart their curiosity or to jumpstart their ability to be participative in my class. But other than that, you can better communicate to them or you can better respond to their needs if you know them. So the question is, do you know your students for you to encourage them to participate in your classroom activities? So that's it. Know them, and get down to their level so that you can encourage them more likely to participate in your classroom activities. Did I answer your question? Right? Nor Famad? Before, I have to tell you this. Before, I was a toxic teacher who often reprimand my students. They would they would fear me a lot, that even though they just see me coming inside their classroom, they would already sit in their benches or in their chairs, and then when I come inside the room, they would all stand up and greet me. But right now I realize that students, even though you inject fear in them, they don't respond well with fear anymore. So it's okay to tickle them, to find a common ground with them, so that they will be more closer to you and you can get down to their level and you can accommodate their needs and you can encourage them to be active learners of lessons inside your classroom. So in my more than 8 years of experience, that's one of the things that I have learned and discovered. So thank you so much for that question, Norfamad. Any other questions? Or Miss Host, why did you leave me here? Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes, thank you for answering my question. Knowing our students really matters. Yes, exactly. And we can create a better learning experience when we know them and when we get down to their level.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with your academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, see you again with a new topic in a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before I move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
I would
We are
move to
asking the of the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge is time for the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next line test passing my 50%. You call back to the course again to download the certificate. If you have read the download the certificate in PDF or zip. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching my main part 1, move to the next line is possible and get it personally passed. Back to the course again to download the certificate. If you retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or GPT. At the end of our session, we concern properly feed your skin. University of Learning, calls life, University of Teaching us. We happiest to say, see you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, right, with more people or things, Albert Einstein. Before I saw hit the like button, I was thank all I did all the for participation. As always, see you again in the next session. Thank you.